Men's here. I'm going to be playing the Centurion MK7/1, which is the Tier 9 British medium tank. You've probably seen a couple of my videos, if you follow me, of the Tier 8 Centurion, and it's not exactly a great tank. This one improves upon it fairly well. Basically, you have increased armor on the front. As you see, the whole armor, 120 millimeters here on the upper glacis. Your lower glacis is still fairly weak, but the upper glacis will provide adequate protection against, I would say, most tier 8s and some tier 9s if you angle it correctly. It's not going to be something that you can rely upon, but for a medium tank, it's decent armor. Could it be better? Yeah, but gets the job done. Turret armor is decent in the front, but at the same time, a lot of tier 10s and tier 9s can penetrate you if you're not careful, since you do have a fairly significant profile on your turret. When you peek over, they're able to hit you unless they hit at a very odd angle, and due to the thickness of the frontal turret, it's basically not as strong as you would think, but since it has very good gun depression, it does make up for it a little bit. Now, being a Centurion, the tank is very large for a medium tank. Essentially, its size is, let's just scroll over to the, where is it, T110E5 here. As you see there, it's pretty large for a medium tank, especially your hull, which makes you a very easy, squishy target if they don't hit your very strong parts on your frontal turret and upper glacis. So a lot of times people realize that you have a very good gun and you're a very big squishy target in most places, and they kind of focus you down. Now, seeing your gun here, you have very good damage, penetration, decent rate of fire, very good accuracy and aiming time. So you're very good at dealing out damage. Just got to keep in mind that you have a very large profile and kind of need to pick and choose your battles at times, because you're going to be able to take some damage but not enough to slug it out with a lot of tanks. So seeing that, let's hop into a battle here, see how this goes. I do record all of my videos live, even if I'm not live streaming, so what you see is actually the real thing. I don't edit my videos, so let's see how this goes. Basically going into a Centurion MK7 match, and this is assault, so a little bit different since we're attacking here. You kind of have to approach it where it depends on what your team does, especially if you're a top tier like I am. You have to be aggressive as a top tier, but if your teammates, especially your heavier or even scout tanks, are pushing out ahead, you kind of want to hang back just a hair. You don't want to sit back far enough to where you're not in the fight. You just don't want to be on the front lines or too far back to where you're either not useful because you're dying, number one, or you're too far up and basically you're going to get flanked easily, or the enemies are just going to push into you and overwhelm you. So it's really a sweet spot where I try to start the match off where I think I'm going to be able to support my team very well and do a lot of damage, but not be in a very vulnerable spot to where I'm going to die quickly, because you want to keep your gun in the fight as long as possible, and later on in the match, if you have a lot of your HP, you kind of use that as your armor and basically slug it out then. So I'm going to wait to see if this T55 and WZ132 spot anything significant here. They didn't make it as far as I thought they would. If they would have spotted a little bit further this way, we would have had some very good shots. It's like even spotted by that T54, they could have spotted a little further over for us. I do have a decent shot. T29 chose the best time to frickin' pull back there. Alright, so seeing as, alright, so there's actually AMX 1390 going over towards our artillery, so I actually need to shift gears here a little bit. I wanted to push down and attack through here since I only saw that T-29, but seeing this, I have to take a little bit of a chance here pushing through here, or else we're gonna lose all 3 of our SPGs, and we're gonna be screwed. Okay, guys, just pull into cover for a little bit. Let me and the chariot take care of this light tank. It's not exactly their fault he got through, but it is their fault that they didn't see him and trying to pull him to cover. This little dude's just gonna keep running away. I don't have very clear shots on him, but I don't know. I'll follow this charioteer since he seems above average, and then change my approach a little bit and attack from this flank. Alright, so we got this T-54 out on his own here. Basically, I can 3-shot him if I'm not very unlucky. I'm just going to angle a little bit here. So if I'm lucky, well, he's going to completely miss, but if I'm lucky, he'll hit my upper glacis, and if he's not using a premium round, he should just bounce right off of me. Oh, shit. You don't want to expose your sides in this tank because you can get ammo wrapped pretty easily. And I just did it twice. So I thought I might throw him off by... There we go. Sometimes you can throw him off if someone's side hugging you like that by, instead of keeping the same direction and doing nothing, just changing directions usually throws him off, but that guy was on top of it. I gotta keep in mind that artillery can hit me here. Now, taking a peek there, that T-10 is hawking this corner. Alright, so I need to switch gears again here. This T-54 is still wreaking havoc in the center. I've got to, once again, due to the size and lack of frontal armor, I've got to switch a little bit. I'm trying to get there, T-55. Do not want to round that corner and get nailed. That TD is going to learn the hard way if... Maybe he got a little lucky there. I don't know. I forget his HP, but that T-10 was definitely sitting at that corner. But with the size of this Centurion, I did not want to take that chance. I'd rather pull back around here and instead get a little shot off here. Use my gun depression to my advantage. I should be able to, keyword should, dodge that, and then get another shot off on him. Now if artillery's aiming at me, I have a few more seconds before they zone in completely on me. So I'm gonna push up to a little safer spot here. See if I can get a spot on somebody. Due to your accuracy, you have a very good chance of hitting where you aim here. So I've got to take a little bit of a risk here. That Tiger pulled that way. I have a feeling that ISU 152 also did. But just nudging over a little bit will help you out a lot, just in case somebody still is waiting for you. It makes it a little bit difficult for them to hit you from where they are up here. He's angry. So there's this T10 here. There's also a Tiger up here still. Should be able to bounce off him. Reverse, reverse. So I need to change my angle of attack here. Ignore him. Head this way. Hopefully I can outrun him. Not exactly sure if I can, but I'm gonna have to try here. There's that Tiger. He escaped. So with only 2 minutes left, I'm just gonna keep moving on this way. See if I can get on the cap. Help me get through these buildings a little bit quicker here. That T10's all the way in the back there. So I put a hell of a lot of distance between me and him. Not going to be spotted here. Sometimes you just have to do the right thing to win. And for me right now, that is hopefully sit here on the cap until we draw this T10 out. Just because we're very low on time. But I'd rather get the assured victory than not. But as you see with the Centurion, you can still maneuver. You just have to be very careful because you are very large in size. And if you're not careful, especially if the enemy hits you in your side armor, they're going to ammo rack you a lot if you expose your sides. So you really have to be careful there. But you just have to pick and choose when you push, when you fall back with this, since you are very large. So overall, not the best match, but decent match here. Mastery badge 3rd class. Damage-wise, 1,874. The T-55A definitely had a hell of a match there. He did a very good job, but very different tank there. You can really get away with a little bit more in the T-55A. So let's hop into another match here and see how this goes. But the Centurion does very well if you're able to kind of support your team instead of being the one needing to push up and make the holes in the enemy, like how I was kind of trying in that flank there. Took me a while, but slowly but surely we got through. But Centurion, due to its size and the way its gun is balanced, you're much better off supporting than actually leading the charge, unless it's later on in the match when you have the HP advantage. Alright, so Fisherman's Bay. I'm going to see where that platoon of the mediums go first, and most likely they're going to head to 1-2 line. I might support them over there. The enemy team does M103s. Not that they definitely will go to the field, but there's a decent chance that they will go to the little town over here. And in that case, I'd rather be over here and free up this side to where if they do push through, we can flank them. But we'll see how that works out. If our side pushes pretty damn hard, we should be fine. The town, they just need to hunker down because they have the E75 and IS-6 there. We'll see how this turns out. Let's say I should have a shot on nobody. I waited a little bit too long there. That's my fault though. We'll see how this T-54 does pushing. This T-69 is a little bit of a pickle here. He's gonna get attacked, so we'll see if he pops out of cover for me. And never mind, they're just gonna gangbang him there. Although, whew, that leopard took a lot more damage than he should have. Seeing as these guys are pushing pretty hard, we should also push pretty hard as well back here. Holy shit. I can't believe I missed that shot. Please kill him. So let's say if you don't kill him, I'm gonna ram him. But I would prefer not to have to ram him. I don't have a very good crew in this, so I've gotta blow my repair kit there. I'm in a bit of a pickle now, though. I'm just gonna track him to keep him out there. Swap over to a Hesh round. See if I can get a little bit of cheap damage here, but this T-54 is most likely gonna push into me, which not necessarily that he's gonna beat me head on, but if either one of us comes out, it's gonna be pretty difficult to do much. Wish I had AP there, or APCR, but I was loading Hesh just in case that IS-6 had a bad crew, in which case I would be able to keep him perma-tracked. He's looking the other way now, so I should be able to hopefully damage and keep him tracked there, because he's paying attention to the other tanks down there. I'm not going to give him a free shot, seeing as he's kind of sitting there. Alright, so he's doing a decent job here at trying to keep people spotted. Might be able to get that off. There we go. Is he gonna be interesting if he pushed around, but I don't think he realized that his little commander Scoopula is not impenetrable. So I'm gonna pull back a little bit here. I don't want to fight them head on, even though they have low HP. I'm gonna hopefully use my gun depression to spot something, or I know I can get up here if I get creative. Just want to keep spotting a little bit. Not that Centurion's great at spotting, but when you're not able to push, you're better off doing something than sitting there doing nothing. But our team's not exactly doing great. It would be nice if our tanks behind me would actually push up. Now with that KV-5 pushing pretty hard, is he gonna stop? I was about to say, with him pushing pretty hard, I have a feeling he's just gonna keep on going. But yeah, I'm wrong. Maybe he's not gonna keep on going here. It'd be nice if they could track him now. Or maybe track him. There's a Hesh round loaded here. Ah, shit, he used the repair kit. Alright, time to do something, even though our town's getting a little bit better off here. Hello, Mr. TD. That was a little bad mistake on your part. You are not a medium tank.
Stuck here. We didn't penetrate their armor.
Okay, Mr. KV-5.
Track fixed. Let's roll.
Let's see if
Enemy armor is damaged.
Okay, time to back up to safety a little bit. Still have a shot on this KV-5 here, but I didn't want that T-54 or that TD to come around and get me. But our team's doing fairly well on the other side, so it's gonna play it safe. Centurion is a very rewarding tank if you can basically control yourself and not do anything too hastily. We got this T-29 here.
Enemy armor destroyed.
Slowly pick apart him. Now the T-54, he's by himself. So let's just pick on him since clear HP advantage here. rather take him out than the tank destroyer. Second.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Now I'm going to swap over to a Hesh round. If I can get over there in time. It would be nice to save our AMX CDC, but I don't think I'm going to get there before he gets destroyed.
Target acquired. Let's locate another target. Enemy armor
Decent
is
amount of
hit.
damage there. Just in case he reloads before me or the person... Yeah, there we go. I was about to say the person should kill him. But pretty decent match in this. Again, you can play aggressive. You just really have to pick and choose your fights there. Play too aggressive, you die. Don't pay attention, you die. It's a very good tank if you can basically analyze everything around you, but it can be a very frustrating tank like the previous Centurion if you're not really careful due to your large size. So overall, a pretty decent match. Mastery badge first class. Damage wise, 3,173, 4 kills, most amount of experience, a little over 1,100 there. I blocked a little bit, and most importantly, I spotted for 1,500 damage and eked out a little bit of a profit. But overall, the Centurion, very good tank. Just like I've been saying, it's sometimes it's hit or miss depending on your team, but more importantly, you really have to play it based off of the situation. It's a lot different than, say, playing a American medium tank where you can hold down, and due to your slightly smaller size, it's a little bit easier to do that and to maneuver to get into those spots. Or a Russian tank where you're small, short, and have pretty damn good armor for medium and can zip around and deflect quite a few shots. You're really more of a support tank, and you can play aggressively. You just really have to know your spots, and more importantly, don't get yourself into a situation you don't have 1 or 2 cubby holes or exits to get out of, especially if you have no support. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my websites, wattguru.com and also mensgaming.com. Thank you for watching.